Hi, this is Lynn McCool. This screencast will walk you through the process of conducting a peer review using CyBox. There is one of two ways that you can access the CyBox folder. You can either access it through the email link that will be sent to you, or you can access it here by clicking on this link to get into the CyBox folder. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click right here. Even though it takes you right into the folder, you do want to go ahead and log in so that you can have full functionality. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And because I was already logged in, it'll take me to my NetID and password. And now I should have full functionality inside of the CyBox. The first thing that I want to do inside of the CyBox is actually to read this instruction note that your instructor, Lynn McCool, has set in here for you. So I'll go ahead and click on that. And you can see that it's bringing up the box note. And here's a brief little set of instructions on how you should upload your team's copy of your assignment 6, and then how you should go ahead and conduct the peer review of everyone else's team's A6. So step 1 would be to upload a PDF copy of your A6 technical description to the appropriate box folder. In other words, if you are Team Amazing and you are uploading your Team Amazing assignment 6, then choose the Team Amazing folder to put your assignment in. Then as a team, what you'll do after all of the different teams have uploaded their assignments to their appropriate folder, then as a team then you're going to peer review the other team's assignment 6 technical descriptions. And what you want to do is create one collaborative peer review per team. So you'll have to work together as a team in reviewing each of the different assignment 6s. So for example, let's say that error 404, that team will look at and collaboratively review Y3J's, Cardinals, Indigo, Poseidon, Save the World's, MAAK, Consulting's, and so forth, their technical descriptions. So you will review over all of the other technical descriptions, excluding your own. Because we have 11 teams total between the two different sections of 314, your team should end up with 10 reviews when you're finished, because again, you're excluding yourself, you're not reviewing your own assignment 6. All of the other teams will be doing the same thing, excluding themselves from reviewing your own assignment 6. You will use the assignment 6 technical description rubric as the criteria for writing your review, and I have uploaded a copy of that into the CyBox, but you can also access a copy of that from Blackboard. And then use BoxNote to create and write your review, as well as upload the completed technical description rubric that your team fills out for that other team's assignment 6. I want you to use this naming convention for naming the box note that you place inside of the other team's folder, as well as the rubric that you fill out for that other team. So put the team that you're reviewing, put their name first. So let's say I'm reviewing Team Amazing's assignment 6, and reviewed by, and my team name is Team Brilliant. Okay, so this is the team that's being reviewed, Team Amazing's assignment 6, reviewed by my name of my team, Team Brilliant. Okay, then place or save the note into the appropriate team's folder, and then also upload the filled out rubric into that team's appropriate folder. Okay, so let me show you how this is going to look. I'm going to model how this would work for you, so I've put a sample folder. There actually isn't any team called Team Amazing in either one of the sections this fall, but let's pretend like there is, and let's pretend like I'm also on a team called Team Brilliant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually access Team Amazing's folder here to look at their assignment 6 technical description. So let me click on that. Before I actually open up their folder though, I would want to download this assignment rubric here. So I can just click on that, and you can see that I have a number of choices that I can do with this. And so if I click on this down arrow, it gives me the option to download the technical description rubric. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Notice it's down here in my download file. I'm going to click on that and open that up. Okay, you can see that I've got it opened up, and so the first thing that I want to do then is I want to save this with the appropriate file name. So remember, I'm on Team Brilliant, but I am reviewing Team Amazing's Assignment 6. So I can just put the assignment name A6 dash, and here's the team name that I'm reviewing, Team Amazing underscore reviewed by, and then my team's name, which is Team Brilliant here. You can see. Okay, and then I would just click save and save it on my desktop or wherever it would be appropriate for me to upload it later to Box. Okay, now that I have saved the rubric and it's ready for us as a team to fill in, I'm going to go ahead and go into this folder here. I'm going to click on this, and I can actually look at it here in Box if I want to. I don't necessarily have to download it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to look at this technical description. Now this particular technical description is a description of a mechanism, so it's the description of a Nikon D5300. And so what I want to do is I want to actually read over the description, looking for all the different elements that the creators of this included. So I can see that, you know, they're using a 2-column design here. They're making use of bulleted lists. They've got some specifications that they've put in, and these are things that are typical to describing a mechanism. They've also got a visual here, which looks pretty nice. And that visual partitions out the object by both its major and minor parts. And over on the left-hand column here, it is describing some of the major parts, the features and functions of the major parts. So that looks good to me. And then finally, they provide a brief set of how to, you know, just basically how to set it up and get it going. Over here on the right, and then a couple more images of the actual mechanism itself. Okay, so I've looked over this. They're using headers effectively. I can see that. They're using rule lines. They're consistent with their typography, and overall their document design is looking pretty good. Okay, so let's pause for just a second. Let's go over to the rubric, and we'll compare what we've noticed in this particular technical description against the rubric and what the assignment's actually looking for. Okay, so in this assignment, in the context, we're looking to see if the technical description provides some background to the topic, if it explains the problem that the technical description solves, if it identifies and describes the audience for the technical description. Then in the content, we're looking to see whether the technical description includes required elements in the introduction, such as the definition, the description, and the function and the purpose. If it includes required elements in the body, such as the definition of parts or steps, or major or minor parts or extensions. 3, if it includes a summary and conveys a sense of finality in the conclusion. In the organization, we're looking to see whether it orders information effectively for the audience's understanding, groups topics into coherent paragraphs. Style, states ideas clearly and concisely, employs correct grammar, and avoids biased language. And then finally with delivery, that it's following the assignment directions. So you would probably want to go back and read over the assignment directions, that it uses correct spelling, punctuation, and capitalization, and employs usable document design. Also employs appropriate visuals to explain and illustrate, and incorporates those visuals into the text effectively. Remember that we need to label and caption visuals, so using figure numbers and referencing those in the text, employing authoritative sources, especially in that introductory background section, and then citing those sources correctly in one style. As you're creating your assessment in the rubric, you can just very easily use the highlighter tool to highlight the sections in the rubric that you believe best describe what you're seeing in the technical document. So in the description of the camera, let's say that I think that it discusses the technical description's background, reasons for the background, and primary audience in a general way, but maybe I think that greater development of any of these could be possible, so I could just take my highlighter tool and highlight those areas that I see. Now let's say that perhaps in one of the criteria they meet some of it, and they meet some of it pretty well, but then they are missing some of the criteria in another way. So let's say that they're following the format pretty well, proofreading is evident, and while there might be a minor error somewhere, it's not egregious, and the document is professional looking and overall has a usable feature to it. But let's say that they forgot citations. So you can actually split it across the different columns depending upon what you see. Obviously, when you're finished with filling out the rubric, then you can go ahead and save the rubric either on the desktop or wherever and get it ready so that you can upload it to Box. Okay, so the team and I have come to a consensus on our peer review of Team Amazing's Assignment 6. So here's how we're going to communicate our findings to Team Amazing. So I'm going to click on their folder and go inside of it. Of course, here's their PDF that they had placed there. And now what I want to do is just one person, probably the project manager, will create what we call a box note. So we can just click right on this, and I'm going to call this Team Amazing reviewed by Team Brilliant. And I could put a description here, so I could just say peer review of A6. Click OK. And now I have my box note. And my box note actually acts like a little editor. And so you can see that it has a little bit of limited functionality up here. I could do a little bit with bolding and bulleted lists and so forth. And so what I would want to do next then as a team, and again, just one person, usually the project manager will be the one to take care of the box note, but what I want to do is then provide a set of comments based upon the things that we saw and the way that we marked the rubric. I want to provide a set of comments, and in those comments I want two different sections. So I want a section that has commendations, in other words, things that Team Amazing did well in their Assignment 6, as well as recommendations, things that they could change, improve, or do better. And obviously, they want to make those improvements when they revise their Assignment 6 and turn it in for the final time. Finish writing the comments, the commendation and recommendation, then it automatically saves it here in Box. And so I would get out of the box note and go back to the folder itself. Back in the folder, I would have one last step that I need to do, which is to upload the rubric that we filled out for Team Amazing. And so I'll go to the file upload here. I will choose Team Amazing's rubric that we filled in for them, upload, and there I have now completed one peer review process for one team. And of course, like I said earlier, there will be 10 teams total that you'll be providing a review for. Okay, if you have questions, please let me know. Thanks.